The Vorthan fleet hung in perfect formation above the burning colony world of Kepler 442b, their crystalline hulls gleaming like deadly jewels against the starfield. Admiral Zektar watched through the bridge's bioluminescent displays as his forces systematically glassed another human settlement. The primitive mammals had put up their usual pathetic resistance. A few orbital defense platforms, some outdated frigates, nothing that posed any real threat to the galactic hegemony's finest. "Another world cleansed," hissed his tactical officer, mandibles clicking with satisfaction. The human infestation spreads no further. Zektar's four eyes narrowed as he observed the tactical display. 17 human colonies had fallen to his fleet in the past standard cycle. These creatures bred like parasites, establishing settlements on worlds that rightfully belonged to the civilized species of the galaxy. Their crude technology and barbaric customs had no place among the enlightened races. "Sir," the communications officer's voice carried an unusual tremor. "We're receiving a transmission from the outer sensor grid." "What now? Another human distress call?" Zektar's voice dripped with disdain. "No, sir. It's a challenge." The bridge fell silent. In 3,000 years of galactic hegemony expansion, no species had ever formally challenged their forces. The very concept was absurd. "Put it through," Zektar commanded. The transmission crackled to life and a human voice filled the bridge. Calm, steady, utterly without fear. "This is Captain Sarah Chen of the United Earth Navy vessel Indomitable. You have committed acts of genocide against human colonies under the protection of Earth's military charter. Withdraw immediately, or face the consequences." Laughter erupted across the Vorthan bridge. One ship, one primitive human vessel against the might of 200 hegemony warships? "Human," Zektar spoke into the comm. "You amuse us. We detect only a single vessel. Do you truly believe your pathetic technology can challenge the galactic hegemony?" "I don't believe it," came the reply. "I know it." The sensor officer suddenly straightened, his bioluminescent patches flickering rapidly. "Admiral, I'm detecting a massive energy signature dropping out of hyperspace. Distance, 47,000 kilometers and closing." On the tactical display, a single contact appeared, larger than any hegemony dreadnought, its profile unlike anything in their databases. The Indomitable wasn't sleek like Vorthan ships or elegant like Altarian cruisers. It was angular, brutal, a fortress of dark metal bristling with weapon emplacements. "Impossible," Zektar breathed. "How did our intelligence networks miss this?" Captain Chen's voice returned, now carrying an edge of cold fury. "You want to know the difference between humans and every other species in this galaxy? We don't just fight to survive. We fight to win. And when you threaten our families, our children, our future, we become something you've never encountered before." The human warship opened fire. The Vorthan fleet had faced the weapons of dozens of species, plasma cannons that melted hull plating, quantum torpedoes that phased through shields, antimatter bombs that annihilated matter itself. They thought they had seen every form of destruction the galaxy could produce. They were wrong. The Indomitable's first salvo wasn't energy-based or exotic matter. It was something far more primitive and infinitely more terrifying. Kinetic projectiles accelerated to a significant fraction of light speed. Tungsten rods, each weighing several tons, struck the hegemony formation with the force of small nuclear weapons. 3 Vorthan cruisers simply ceased to exist, their crystalline hulls shattered by the sheer kinetic energy, the remaining ships scattered, their perfect formation dissolving into chaos. "Return fire, all weapons," Zektar screamed. The hegemony fleet unleashed everything they had. Plasma streams, particle beams, and antimatter warheads converged on the human vessel. The space around the Indomitable became a hellscape of unleashed energy. When the firestorm cleared, the human ship was still there, its dark hull scarred but unbroken. "How?" the tactical officer whispered. "Our combined firepower should have vaporized any vessel." Captain Chen's voice cut through their shock. "Reactive armor, ablative plating, and redundant shield generators. We learned from every species we've encountered, then improved on their designs. But more importantly, we learned something you never did. The Indomitable rotated, bringing its main guns to bear on the hegemony flagship. We learned that survival isn't about having the most advanced technology or the largest fleet. It's about being too stubborn to die. The human warship's broadside erupted in a coordinated symphony of destruction. Railguns fired solid projectiles at relativistic speeds while particle beam arrays carved through the space between ships. But it was the missile barrage that truly demonstrated human ingenuity. Each warhead was equipped with adaptive AI, learning and countering the Voran point defense systems in real time. Admiral Zektar watched in horror as half his fleet was crippled in a single exchange. These weren't the primitive humans his intelligence reports had described. This was something else entirely. A species that had taken the best of every galactic civilization and forged it into something uniquely, terrifyingly human. "Sir, we're receiving surrender requests from 18 ships," the communications officer reported, his voice barely audible. But Zektar wasn't listening. He was staring at the tactical display where more contacts were appearing. Dozens of them. An entire human fleet, dropping out of hyperspace in perfect coordination. This was a trap, he realized. They let us destroy their outer colonies to draw us in. Captain Chen's final transmission sealed their fate. "Welcome to human space. Admiral, we've been waiting for you." The Battle of Kepler 442b lasted 6 hours. When it ended, the Galactic Hegemony's 7th Fleet had been completely destroyed, with Admiral Zektar among the survivors taken prisoner. The recordings of the battle, transmitted across the galaxy by automated beacons, changed everything. Species that had never heard of humanity suddenly knew their name. The Galactic Hegemony, masters of the galaxy for millennia, had been humbled by creatures they had dismissed as primitive mammals. And in the depths of space, more human warships were being built, each one a testament to humanity's greatest strength. They never gave up, they never surrendered, and they never forgot. The galaxy would learn to fear that stubborn refusal to accept defeat. Because when humanity decided to fight, they didn't fight to lose. They fought to ensure their children would inherit the stars.